What's up, children? What is up, everyone? It's your homeboy Jermaine. What is up? This live stream, I think it will work. I am on the internet, and it's pretty decent. Well, it's actually yesterday was really fast. Today, it's still good, but it wasn't as fast as it was yesterday. But what's up, everyone? Tell me a story. What's going on in America? Ooh, dang! I just had to burp like crazy. Mark, 1987 was good. I am just in London having a blast. So why do I have my headphones in? Because look at this. I got my headphones in and call me. I hate when people do that. As soon as I go live, people call me. When are you coming back? That's a good question. So I was actually going to travel. I was gonna go like to Dublin, but I ended up changing my demo this Saturday. How are you liking London? London's pretty good. Boosted is doing a demo. So I went to some of the Boosted demos before, and the ones in SF were not like it, it was basically like a lot of young kids with their parents. It wasn't like a group ride. It wasn't like I actually showed up and I was thinking, dang, I wish I could have missed out on this one. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't something that I don't know. I would not go to any boosted demos anymore. Put it like that, unless it's in New York, because in New York it'll be chill. But like just out in the Bay, SF, it was like, I mean, all the kids were like, I want to say like 14 years old. That's what I'm talking about when I mean kids. What is up, everyone? What is up? Good, that person stopped calling me. Shout out from BX. Travel as much as you can. So I was gonna travel. I was gonna go to Dublin, but I actually had a good time here. In the first couple days I was here, I met a bunch of people, and we ended up and the people I was hanging out with, they're like big partiers, and I'm not that big of a partier. But at the same time, it was fun to like hang out with other people and chill. So I just did that for a couple days. So now I'm working on a couple of videos here in London. I think you guys may like a lot. They're a little bit different from what I normally make, but I want to throw it out there anyway. I think it'll be really good for YouTube. It is about London, because it's one reason why I want to come here. When am I coming back to the U.S.? Maybe before 420, but chances are I'm gonna probably stay maybe till like March the 1st. No, May the 1st. Yeah, maybe May the 1st. So maybe through this whole month. It really just depends. I gotta it just really depends what goes on, because there are a couple things going on in the Bay, and I might come back a little bit earlier. Should hang out with the locals instead of drunk backpackers. Yeah, I know. Maybe I should, but at the same time, I really haven't met that many locals. I mean, I met a few locals. Um, Work on lawn around the world. That's what's up. Did you get free stuff for demos? No, they gave me like a T-shirt. But they gave everybody a T-shirt, but that many people didn't show up because it's SF, and a lot of the people that showed up were like families coming from like Daly City or Oakland. Like it wasn't SF people at all. What's up, man? When are you gonna hang out since you were in London? So should I do a meetup in London? Should I do a subscriber meetup in London? It would have to be on Thursday, if I did, and I would probably do it at the Victoria station because that's the most popular spot around here. I would have to do it I'd have to do it super near the Victoria station. There's active shooter at the YouTube headquarters. It's on the news. Oh, really? Like, what do you mean the YouTube headquarters? Like the one in like the one in LA, or the one in like the I think it's San Mateo. That's the YouTube headquarters. My cousin live out there. That's what's up, Iceman. I'm live in London. How long out of the US? I don't know, maybe like a month. Yeah, maybe a month. I mean, London, it's crazy because like I don't want to tell you guys what country I'm going to next because I think it's gonna really surprise a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Dang, what he doing over there?" You know, it's gonna be one of those countries. But one thing I'm really stoked about this next country I'm going to, and this is something that I haven't thought about until today. This is gonna be the cheapest country I went to this year. Because all this year I've been traveling in countries that are more expensive than basically my country. Not necessarily my city, but my country. And I'll give you guys an example. Like Israel was more expensive than the U.S. on average. Amsterdam more expensive, and then Paris just goes on and on and on. And then here, London is not cheap at all. London is freaking expensive, yo. It's like crazy expensive. It's so easy to spend $100 a day here. It's like super easy. I don't know if it's more expensive than San Francisco. That's something. Certain things are cheaper here versus other things, and it goes vice versa. Like yeah, certain things are cheaper. Food tends to be more expensive. Food and drinks and getting around tends to be more expensive. Finding places to stay, like that's actually cheaper than San Francisco. But don't mm, let me scratch that because certain things are kind of cheaper. So like I went to the convenience store the other day, and I got a Coca-Cola for like it was like $1 basically when I did the conversion. In San Francisco, Coca-Cola is like $1.25 if you want a can of Coca-Cola. So that's just one thing that's cheaper, and that's weird because Coca-Cola comes from the U.S. So how is it freaking cheaper over here in the UK than it is in San Francisco? But that's just San Francisco. Um, which country has the best conversion rate? Okay, so that's what I was going to talk about. The country I'm going to go to, the next country I'm going to go to is going to be pretty dang cheap. The country after that, because I've already have a flight leaving England going to that country. And then yesterday I booked a flight from, country B going to country C. Country C is going to be another super cheap country. And from country C, I haven't made up my mind what next country I'm gonna go to next. I got an idea of what the next country will be, but I haven't booked a flight to go there. I mean, I have so many routes. Like I can go either north from this country or I can go south from this country. North is obviously gonna be different weather than south. But also remember, I'm only traveling with one backpack, so that can kind of give you an idea where I'm gonna go. Did you hear a shooter in San Fran? A shooter in San Fran. Jermaine, what are you doing tomorrow evening? I don't know. What are you doing tomorrow evening? Will you be in London? Was Marley? What's good? What's going on? Do you consider buying a sailboat to travel around the world? Check out these last video. Check out these going to buy a cameraman who would love to sail with a crewman. I don't think I wanna. I don't like the ocean that much, honestly. Like I don't, especially open oceans. Malaysia is cheap. I'm going somewhere pretty cheap. I don't know if it's gonna be that cheap. The cheapest country. I guess we can count out Switzerland. Definitely not going to Switzerland on this trip. No freaking way. Switzerland is not a cheap place. Someone was telling me that Switzerland, McDonald's is like $15 to $20 or something like that. Guys, guess what? Can you guys believe this? Oh gosh, my battery pack just fell. I got something crazy to tell you guys. I had McDonald's today for the first time in, I think, what, I don't know, maybe 8 years. I had McDonald's today. In the UK, they have vegan McDonald's. Yes, they had vegan freaking McDonald's. Now, if you're watching this live stream, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, I guess I kind of made a vlog, but it turned into a mukbang because I just walked into McDonald's, like, I was just like filming and it was like, yo, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and I got vegan food here. And the French fries are vegan right here in the UK. They're not vegan in America because the reason why they're not vegan in America is because they use animal fat to fry them. In the UK, they use vegetable oil to fry the French fries, meaning that the French fries are vegan in the UK. And the meal that I got, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys. I don't. This video will probably come out not tomorrow, but the day after, maybe tomorrow. Um, the 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 meal I got, it was a spicy vegetable burger. And what you want to do to make it vegan is you want to exclude the mayo. If you exclude the mayo, it's vegan. I was so stoked to go to McDonald's and get a vegan meal and just to sit down and eat and like have a vegan meal. That's so cool. Let me read some comments. McDonald's says they are going to start introducing vegan products later this year in the U.S. I'm taking it, Marley, correct? I would love halal food. I'm Muslim. Oh, you're Muslim? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, I think that is halal because there's no meat in there. You know, and I think with halal, it's like the meat is different. Go to Georgia Republic. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go to Georgia Republic. I thought you're not going to London anytime soon. Well, the reason why I came to London is because the flights were so cheap from the U.S. Like that's why I'm still traveling because the flights on Norwegian Airlines are so freaking cheap that I was thinking about flying back to the U.S. next week because the flights are so cheap. And then I can stay in the U.S. for like a couple weeks and then I could just fly back over here and go to another country. Because when you're paying $160 for a one-way flight, that's cheaper than going to New York. That's cheaper than going to New York, yo. Like, New York is like, what, at least $200 for a flight? I can go up to Europe for that price. So it's kind of hard to say no to Europe, you know? Yes, that cheap. I tell you what, I'm gonna make a video showing you guys how to book cheap flights on Norwegian Airlines. Like for real, like only Norwegian Airlines. I'll probably make another video showing you guys other tricks that I use to book cheap flights. But I think I'll do this in the next country that I get to. I don't think I'm gonna do this here because I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just probably not gonna do it because there's other content I want to work on when I'm right here in the UK, and I'll be at the next country in like a couple days. But the videos are gonna be delayed a little bit. You've seen 165 from NYC to LAX. I've seen 140 from Oakland nonstop to Barcelona. $140, yo. Now, look, let me clear this up. There is a catch to that. The catch is you can only take one bag and there's no meals and you can't pick your seat. But if you want to do all three of those things, like if you want to take two bags, if you want to pick your seat, and if you want to have a meal on the plane, like they serve you on the plane, it's like $100 more. So now instead of 140, you're gonna be paying 240, and 240 to get all the way from California to Spain is still a ridiculous price. Me, I haven't paid that cheap yet because they always sucker me into the premium, and I always just end up paying like $200 more to get upgraded to premium. So I haven't yet like flown for like 70 bucks. But I will say that no, I haven't flown for $140. But I will say this: yesterday I booked a flight for $24. It's a flight in Europe. It was $24, and the flight that I'm leaving on Friday, that flight cost $35. So it was like crazy cheap. That's crazy cheap. Are you able to work? Are you there? Yes. Well, today, like I've been working all day. I've been working all day, and I bet you guys may wonder, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean by what are you working? Well, I'm mainly doing a lot of stuff on the computer, and I just edit videos, film this. I'm uploading to these sites over here. I'm uploading this over there. I'm selling stock photography. I spend a lot of time in coffee shops, majority of the day. Like I'll wake up early in the morning, go to a coffee shop, work for 3, 4, 5 hours. Well, no, maybe 2, 3, or 4 hours. And then I'll go out, vlog a little bit, walk around, go explore some things. And then from there, I will find myself in another coffee shop because by this time my phone's probably dead and my camera's probably dead and I'll film some stuff and I want to check out what I'm filming and then I go through, check out all my footage, just hang out at a coffee shop for another 2, 3, 4 hours again, and then bam, I mean that's my work day. So today was like a full work day for me. Like I've been on the computer majority of the day, and been it's been a fun day. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Work off of. Do you still do Bitcoin? Yeah, I still have Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is it's just been on a steep decline now, so no one really cares about Bitcoin. It's crazy cheap. So Europe is crazy cheap, and some flights in Europe are crazy cheap. But flights in, let me see. Um, Things in the UK are not cheap. Bear market, yeah, it is a bear market. Mass shooting at YouTube headquarters. Your thoughts? What? A massive shooting at YouTube headquarters? Really? That if you're talking about YouTube headquarters, you must be talking about the headquarters at the one in San Bruno, because I haven't heard about this. Please, someone like tell me more about this because like I want to know right now, but I'm not going to just look for a tip right. San Francisco, I believe. There's a YouTube office in San Francisco. Okay, so on the news, they may have reported it as YouTube San Francisco, but their headquarters is in San Bruno, which is right outside of San Francisco. But if they, go on the national news and say YouTube San Bruno, the country is not going to know what San Bruno is. So they probably just said San Francisco, so people will know. Oh, it's San Francisco. You know, better check the shooting. Female shooter. Dang, they must deleted somebody's account. That's who it is. That's probably what it is. They must have deleted someone's account, yo. Dude, it's breaking news now. Oh, it's breaking news like right now. So it's going on right now. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. They killing folks at YouTube. I wonder what happened. Or maybe they work there. Oh, it is San Bruno. Yeah, I put Jermaine on me. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's messed up, dude. That's messed up. They doing it YouTube. So we've seen received multiple phone calls from YouTube headquarters with callers reporting shots fired at San Bruno, man. Oh, crap. Sarah. Someone upset about losing their commission. Yeah, I guess so. Somebody is. I mean, my YouTube money has dropped a lot. Like, it's crazy. But well, I don't want to say it's dropped a lot. What I will say is it hasn't increased in my views and watch time and everything else. It's just been doing like this. Like, my channel is up 100% for the past week. Like, it's up 100%, which is nuts. Like, for the past week. And with money, no, that number has not reflected at all. Like, actually, I think it's fallen, and I'm up like crazy, and that's because I'm getting so many views from Israel, and Israeli views aren't worth as much. That's just one thing that like I don't know. That's my thing with YouTube right now. Can't picture him shooting and yelling at those whores. That stupid shit be good whipping it weird. It really depends on where the ads are coming from. It really depends on the content too. Maybe they didn't pay enough for their YouTube ads. They probably did not. That's why Google and YouTube need to give their content more creators more. I agree. They do. What's good, Jermaine? What's happening out there? Nice, sunny Pasadena. It was overcast most of the days. Hi from Mississippi. If a place on top of money, most people spend money. I want to know why she shot at YouTube. That's crazy, man. That's nuts. Something must have happened, or maybe she could have worked there. Maybe she wasn't like a creator. Maybe she was like an employee. You guys got internet in Mississippi? Yeah, they got internet, yo. It turns out it was an April Fool's joke. Oh, what? The YouTube thing? She got mad Jermaine didn't make no more vlogs. Oh, dang. Employee or deleted channel. That's what I would say. Yes, we have fiber. Oh, you guys still have fiber in Mississippi. I mean, I believe that. I mean, I believe that at all. The only thing you need is New infrastructure, right? For fiber. Yo, what up, Jermaine? What's good, honey? So, yo, how is the internet connection in London? For the most part, it's really good. The hostel that I'm staying at now, yesterday it was crazy fast. Today, I tried to upload a video and it wasn't as fast as it was today. Story time. What you want a story time? I'll do a story time when I leave England. I'll do one England versus France because honestly, I like England so much more than France, so much more. Also, in England, they speak English, so it makes it very easy to communicate. Versus France, they speak French, and the French are a little bit different. How is the hostel you're staying in? Okay, so the hostel I'm staying in right now, the first one I liked a lot because it was the first one was legit. This other one I'm not that big of a fan of because it's like a party hostel, like a mad party hostel, and I don't know, I don't really like it. It's really clean though, I would say. It's really clean. The other hostel was super clean too. Paris, oh man, the hostel there was like the last hostel that I stayed in Paris was like freaking filthy. And it was new. And what I mean by new, I'm talking about maybe it was built 15 years ago. Because, stuff around here that's old is like 200 years old. So what I would call new is something like less than 20 years old. In the US, something new would be less than 10 years old, 5 years old, 2 years old. What's it like? The hotel all alone, too. It can be tough. Like certain hostels, certain places you stay, it's easier to meet people. Like at this spot, it's a little bit tough to meet people because the restaurant downstairs is like somewhat bougie, and it's not the same people that are staying at the hostel at the restaurant. And you can totally tell like it's completely different crowd, like completely different crowd. Because it's just like super. Yeah, it's kind of bougie. Like I'm definitely not gonna stay at this place anymore. Try the trees over there. I actually haven't tried any trees here, believe it or not. Just saw weight loss and brutal extra shoot of it. Hey bro, can I ask you something? Yeah, what do you wanna ask? How do I afford to travel so much? London hostels are expensive. Believe it or not, you want to talk about something that's expensive. Hostels are cheaper here, are much cheaper here in London than they are in San Francisco. hmm San Francisco, it's so easy to pay 40 to 50 to 60 to 70 to $80 a night for a hostel, an Airbnb hostel, and hostels, or a hostel along the lines. Here, you can actually pay like $15 if you want to. $15, yo. $15 if you wanted to. The place I'm staying at, it's about, I think it's $15 a night. No, it's $25 a night. Now, there was another place I was gonna stay at. It was like 40 bucks a night. But since I normally pay $40 a night in San Francisco or in the Bay Area, I thought, yo, let's just pay like less than what we would normally pay in the Bay Area. So $25 is less than what I would normally pay in the Bay Area. But if I really wanted to, I could pay like 15 bucks. The next country I'm going to, hostels are around. I was looking at hostels at the next country I'm going to for around $7 a night, $8 a night. I'll probably like do a private room in that particular country. And private rooms are like around $30 a night, which is still much cheaper than what I would pay in San Francisco. This is one. This is one way I like to rate how much a place is that the things that I would buy in my own country, the things that I would spend money in my own country, how much do those things cost in this other country? And hostels and places to stay are cheaper here in England. However, coffee costs a whole lot more here than it does in San Francisco. A whole lot more. For example, you can go to Starbucks and get coffee for $2, right? Like a regular coffee. Here it's gonna be about $4 for a regular coffee. If you want some specialty drink, you can pay close to $7 to $8 for a specialty drink, something that you would pay $5 or $6 back in the US. what's the weed like? I actually haven't tried any of the weed here, to be honest. Drunk Germans. There are a bunch of drunk Germans around. Germans come here. They love to come to England. I heard Syrian immigration is destroying London. Is it true from what you are seeing? Honestly, it's I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen anything like that. I haven't I haven't seen much of a struggle here in London, unlike I've seen in Paris. In Paris, you can see the struggle. You can see it all around you. It is far worse than San Francisco. In Paris, the struggle. You can see the struggle in San Francisco, but you also see a whole lot more money in San Francisco. Okay? But here, you don't. I don't see struggle with. I don't see people struggling as much. Like, seem like people are doing pretty dang good around here. Like, seem like people are doing better around here than they are in most places in Europe. Well, pretty much. Well, I'll just go ahead and say this. Seem like people are doing better here than they are in all of the other countries in Europe I've seen, especially especially Paris. Even Amsterdam, they're doing way better than Amsterdam. Like I just see more like I see more money here. I see way more flash. Like yeah, I see lots of Bentleys riding down the street, lots of Rolls Royce. Like I mean, 20 a day, like a bunch. Like folks got bread around here, yo. Have you connected with any vloggers? Actually, I met a vlogger in Apple Store the other day when I was uploading videos. How much was the plane ticket? Plane ticket total was $385, and that's to sit at the front of the plane with a big comfy seat and get to lay down and all that. That yeah, but that was like a super cheap flight. Not all my flights are like that. Cause drugs. Crime rate has gone up in London. Yes, I heard the murder rate in London is higher than New York, which scares me. Like I thought New York was the big city that the big capital in the Western world with all the murders, but I guess now it's London. 11 killings in 16 days. Ooh, that's brutal. Can you discuss the attitude towards black people in the United States versus England? I've noticed a guy who was really rude to you in one of your vlogs in the London subway. Okay, so I'll talk about. If you guys want me to talk about that, I can entertain you guys on that. I would have to say my experience of being black here is a really good experience. I don't feel that much like racial like tension. Put it like this: I feel more racial things for being black in San Francisco than I do here. Okay, Paris was kind of like San Francisco. There's a lot of racial stuff. Like people look at you differently. Like people, like it is different. Like especially in San Francisco, definitely people look at me different all the time. Like a lot of people in San Francisco. I'm not gonna say any skin colors or anything, but a lot of people look at me a lot of times like they've seen a ghost, like they've never seen a black person in their whole life, and they look at me and they have fear in their eyes, and I can see that fear in their eyes because I know I've been around the block, I understand cultures and I understand people, and I can see fear in your eyes, and all the time, as friendly as I am, I come across people like so much in San Francisco, they are afraid of me. And it's not me, they're just afraid of this blackness. Like, they see so many other black people, and they're just afraid of black people. Here, it's not like that. It's just not like that at all. Maybe it's the neighborhoods I'm in. I would say, I haven't been to any bad neighborhoods here. Because, I just know, I haven't seen anything sketchy. I've been to basically really nice places. And I've been treated really nice. But yeah, much nicer than I would be treated back in San Francisco. Much nicer. Which is kind of scary to say. I want to read some comments because I'm actually kind of curious to see what you guys got to say. I'm sorry to say the food's not that great here. It's better than the food in the Bay. Cranberry's gone up in Oakland. Any Paris? No, no Paris. Do English girls like American guys? How's your Tinder? I haven't been on Tinder at all, yo. Like, I've been pretty busy. Like, I've been pretty distracted since I've been here. Alex, and you need to travel together. Alex, we need to take a trip together. Alex, get a passport. You got a passport already? Is the food better? So I've had some decent food today, but the food's not that great. Yo, 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 another first class plane ticket. You got that right? How is it? No, Alex. Yeah, Alex, how is your little guy? Did you see the Greenwater Fall Tower? It happened a year ago in London. No, I didn't see it. They don't have any guns there neither. Weird. No, I don't think they have guns here either. New Orleans, no, not weird. Hey, what about a machine gun? That's good. Alex has a son. Jermaine, no, I don't have any kids. They love black Americans in Europe. Hate Africans. Okay, so I'm glad that Iceman, I'm glad that you said what you just said because, um, that's one thing I noticed about Paris versus here. I don't see any Africans here. Like I don't see many African immigrants. In Paris, I saw a lot of African immigrants, and I think that could be one reason why why I feel so different about here in Paris, because in Paris, when a lot of people see black people on the street, they just think of African immigrants, and they're just like, ah, maybe they don't like African immigrants. Here, since I don't see African immigrants on the street, since there are less African immigrants here, I think that there's just less tension in this country. Also, there's a lot of things going on in Paris. A lot of things going on in Paris. Paris is like falling apart from what I hear. Yeah, I'm black. Live here in England and live in London, no problems. Yeah, I would say this is a very, very easy city to be black. I mean, yeah, it's super easy. Easier than Amsterdam. Easier than Barcelona. Now, Barcelona was really easy too, honestly. But Amsterdam was not as easy, and Paris was definitely not as easy. No kids. Oh, she's. You are brown. Black dead. Damn. It makes me sad you didn't realize. Damn, that makes me sad. I didn't realize that it was that bad in SF. Oh yeah, it is. And the reason why I have a hard time in SF, it's really fucked up. But this is the reason why I have a very tough time. Is because there are so many homeless people in SF, and there's so many homeless black people in SF. You can't exactly tell homeless people a lot of times. And a lot of times I look dirty because I have the skateboard. I have a freaking dirty backpack because I'm always putting the backpack on the ground because I have the skateboard. And I'm always mistaken for a homeless people. I'm always homeless people. I'm always mistaken for a homeless person. Now you may wonder, but yeah, you're walking around with a $1,500 skateboard. How can you be a homeless person? And as of homeless people have $1,500 bikes, because they steal it. So people on the street probably think that I steal everything that I have, and they probably think that I'm homeless. Yeah, it's a really messed up thing. But I don't trip. Like, I sort of kind of use it to my advantage. Stop bluffing, intimidating. Jermaine, I watched your vlog in Israel, and I really enjoyed it. Oh, right on, right on. Like that freaking Israel video is just going crazy. Jermaine probably has kids around the world with all those hostile girls. No, I don't have kids all around the world. You scary dude. No, I'm not. Chicago is the murder capital. Jermaine. Now, how is the vegan food in London better than San Francisco? I want to say that there's more options in London than there are in San Francisco, but also London is a much, much, much bigger city than San Francisco. If you guys are watching this live stream right now, give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. Give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. And if you want to hit up the super chat, feel free to hit the super chat up too. Didn't take your boosted board. I see Casey takes this everywhere. The reason why I didn't take the boosted board is because I checked the weather, places that I'm going to, weather's not going to be so great, and it would just be easier to travel without the boosted board. How is SF compared to Oakland when it comes to how you are treated? Oakland is a little bit better. Oakland is a whole lot more better because people are a lot more cultured in Oakland. What I mean by that is most people in Oakland have probably lived there longer than a lot of people in SF. A lot of people in SF are people who come from universities, who come from like Ivy League universities, where they're just not as diverse. So they're only around certain types of people. So when they come to SF, and when they see homeless people, when they see other people that are unlike them, when they've grew up their whole life sheltered and they've been around, you know, only one type of people, and these aren't people that come from like New York City. These are people that come from these little small, affluent towns throughout the U.S. And then they go to they're around their rich friends and they're around the same people, which is not very diverse. Then they go to an Ivy League university, which is not as diverse, and then they come to San Francisco and then they see other people that are unlike them and they think, oh, they're all the same. It's like the whole stereotype. It's not that way in London because, no, it's not that way in Oakland because a lot of people in Oakland have lived there a little bit longer and they're used to seeing other people. They're used to seeing other cultures. They're just a little bit more open-minded. Hope I didn't butcher that too much. Well, Jermaine, you wear lots of hoodies, and normally people with hoodies hide their face. Up to no good. Yeah, that's true. I do wear a lot of hoodies, but it's freaking cold. If it was warm outside, I would not wear a hoodie. And that's true. People definitely hide their face. Asian X. I'm not gonna say which region of the world it is, but it's. I did say that the flight was $35 from London to the next location that I'm going to. So $35. I don't know if I can get a flight from here to Asia for $35. And if I could, believe me, I would book that flight. And maybe I'm going to Asia. Normally people wear their hoodies because they are comfy and warm. This is very true. Jermaine, how much is a SIM card and the internet London? Okay, so I didn't get a SIM card here because the internet here is pretty dang decent. If I wanted to, I can upload a video here at the hostel that I'm staying in about 30 minutes. Yesterday I uploaded a video and it was uploading in like 5 minutes. But but that was after I walked down to the Apple store for like 2 days in a row to upload videos because the Apple store is really close. And at the Apple store I can upload a video in like maybe four minutes, which is crazy fast. But looks like tonight I'll probably just upload a video here at the hostel because like if I'm on the computer, it can like the video can be uploading and I can be doing something else, and this video is gonna come out tomorrow, like later tomorrow. SF is knee deep in poo. Oh yeah, there was a lot of poo on the streets in SF. Alex, y'all just went out. That's what's up. Y'all out skating. I wish I was out skating right now. Is it hard to sustain a relationship with your lifestyle, like Airbnb, 9 to 5? Okay, honestly, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because you gotta think like most females don't want to date someone who's bouncing around and traveling all the time. So it is really hard to. It's very difficult to date. It, I don't know. I just don't really worry about it as much. I really hope I can meet someone along the way. That's really what I'm banking on. That's what I'm crossing my fingers on. Don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would love to meet someone who likes to travel, who's already traveling, who wants to vlog or wants to write articles, someone who wants to like live off of passive income. I really hope to meet someone like that because like it's really difficult. Like, but it was really difficult for me before living in the Bay Area anyway. Like, people in the Bay Area like just like standards are really high. Like you gotta have a good job, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. Like it's not easy. Go to South London. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit up. Did you hit up Next? No, I didn't have. I've just been here the whole time. They deported lots of Africans to their homeland in the UK, depending on when you go. Oh, interesting. Jermaine, can you make a video update on your Robinhood account? So the reason why I haven't really been making updates on Robinhood is because I'm not growing Robinhood anymore. I'm experimenting with a couple of other apps, and I'm not really just growing Robinhood. So if I did make another video, it would just be very similar to. It would be like the same. Like I have the same stocks I had. I haven't sold any Robinhood stocks since I made the other video. So, yeah, that's why I haven't really made any videos. What area in London you're in? So I'm staying really close to the London Bridge. Pretty close. It's like maybe 25, 30 minutes from the London Bridge. London is a great city. Oh man, London is a freaking amazing city. Mistaken what? A homeless person. Yeah, I always get mistaken in SF. Yeah. Maybe many people don't realize the cost of the board. Oh, techies know how much boosted boards cost. Yeah. Remember when the lady gave you the condoms because she thought you were homeless? Yeah, that happens all the time, yo. Like I don't trip anymore. Like I don't trip. Like I just play the game. You know. If you think I'm homeless, you just think I'm homeless. If you maybe someday you'll see me on YouTube and you'll be like, dang, that guy's like traveling all over the world. I thought he was homeless. Like maybe you'll feel really really stupid like someday. Like I just I just like to play the role honestly. Like I really just like to play the role. Like people think let people think that. Like let people think incorrect information. Like go right ahead. Like especially about me. um, you know, it's crazy. Like I don't know. I'm just so fortunate. Like I could literally change the way I could change my appearance. I can change my attitude. I could go to the jewelry store tomorrow and go buy a new gold watch. I could go buy some gold chains. I could go and throw away this jacket and go get something fresh. I could throw away this shirt, go get some fancy shirt. Like I could just show off. But you know what? I would rather have them people back in San Francisco thinking I'm homeless. I would rather have them thinking I'm homeless. And the next day, I'm getting on a freaking airplane, crossing the Atlantic Ocean. I'm getting on an airplane, crossing the Pacific Ocean. When they thinking, oh yeah, he's just a homeless guy that rides skateboards. Keep thinking that. Please keep thinking that because I'm doing so much better than you. Let's see. Jermaine, straight up. OG, killing it. Yo, gotta be killing it. When are you gonna hit up South Africa? When I can find a cheap flight, that's when I'm gonna hit up South Africa. Jermaine, who's your rideshare YouTuber or vlogger? I like Uberman. Uberman, I really like Uberman. Come to Syria. Honestly, I would be down to go to Syria. Like, I would be down to go to Syria before I would go to North Korea. But Syria is the #1 place on the world. That's like the dangerous place in the world right now. Like, you would not want to go to Syria. It is the worst place to travel to on the planet. Syria. So I don't want to be going there. He has lots of haters. Oh yeah. No, it's actually not. That's not. Do you use the boosted board as transportation? So I haven't taken any Ubers here, and I did not bring the boosted board. Awesome. Ireland or Spain? No, I'm not going to Ireland. I'm not going to Spain. Why didn't you bring your boosted board? I didn't feel like traveling with the boosted board because it's extra weight and all that. Yo, thumbs up. If you're watching this video, give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. It's 78 of you guys in here. We need to get to 100 thumbs up right now in this video. So give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. No, I'm not gonna go to Russia because I need like a special visa for Russia. And for that special visa, they're probably going to like do like a background check, and they're probably gonna find me on YouTube. And if they don't like my content on YouTube, I'm not gonna be able to get a visa for Russia. So probably won't be going to Russia. Some cars are so cheap here compared to the U.S. Really? Some cars are cheaper here? No, I didn't go to Britain yet. Are you holding any Verge, Jermaine? Talking about a nice run now in the news. I'm holding a lot of Verge. I think I'm holding about 1,000 tokens of Verge. I'm holding about 10,000 plus tokens of Tron. But Tron is in the toilet. I just remembered this off the top of my head. Actually, it's like maybe like almost 11,000 Tron now. Enterprise, you from Bernex? No, I'm from America, USA, United States, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. That's a whole lot of where I'm from, right? Britness is great. Go to Britnex and Markets. I'll check it out. When are you going to move out of SF? I'm probably not going to move out of SF. I'm going to probably just keep doing what I'm doing. I admire your confidence to travel alone. I wish I could too. It's easy traveling alone. You definitely get lonely at times, but I get hella lonely in San Francisco. However, this past time I was in San Francisco, I didn't get lonely because it was such a short trip. It was like a fast trip, yo. How's the falafels? A lot of the falafels I've been eating here have been from the grocery store, from the section in the grocery store where like the not frozen food but the refrigerated section, because the falafels here suck, like they do, and the ones in the grocery store are okay, you know. Honeybee, you gotta skate. Yeah, I skate. He's a trucker chick. No, you didn't skate. You fine. No, sorry. Jermaine did not need a girlfriend. Just go to Thailand. We need to release some stress. Dude, chicks in Thailand are so cheap, yo. It's like you can hook up with chicks for like $35 in Thailand. If you do that in what what's this other place? Amsterdam, it's like $70 or something. In the US it's like $300. Free. Why is it gotta be so expensive? That's a lot of us from London. Oh, I guess there's a lot of people from London in the stream. I think it's because I tagged it London. If you are from London and you watching this live stream right now, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to the live stream. Not live stream. Hit the subscribe button. And if you live in the UK, like go back, subscribe, watch all of my videos. I got 1,400 videos, like for real. Sit down and watch them all, like from A to B. If you new and if you live in the UK, because see, if you miss one video, you're gonna miss a part. So you gotta watch like all of it. So just you know, what I recommend you do, like wait for a rainy day, cause in the UK you have plenty of rainy days. Like it's probably raining right now. So sit back and just watch all of them, okay? And please watch the like. Don't cut. No, I can't say that. But if you got an ad blocker, just cut the ad blocker off. Like please cut the ad blocker off, because one thing about the UK, when people watch videos in the UK, you actually make more money in the UK than you do like from American views watching. So yeah, so if you're watching in the UK, make sure you watch all the commercials, cut your ad blockers off, and keep it real, right? Yeah, keep it real. Um, when are you gonna sell another day another dollar T-shirt? I need to do that. Any boosted borders from here? I wish. Jermaine, keep doing your thing. That's what's up. Nice to meet YouTubers living personally through your videos. That's what's up, yo. You can't be homeless and an Uber driver, right? I mean, I know some homeless Uber drivers. They just live in their car, so people think you're homeless. Do you look? You don't look homeless to me. Here in London, everyone dressed like you. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm not tripping, yo. Like, I'm not tripping. Let them think what they want to. Update: Shooter is female and dead in Silicon Valley. What? Some woman that went up to YouTube and started shooting. YouTube probably gonna start pulling more ads. Watch. That's crazy. You know what? She could have been one of those chicks that had a gun channel on YouTube, because YouTube got rid of a whole bunch of people with gun channels. And, she probably had experience and everything. It's crazy. I stopped watching your videos. My mom showed me. You coming out? I can't stop watching your videos. My mom showed me coming out. Oh, that's what's up. Montreal, Canada. No, I'm not going to Montreal, Canada. I can't go there for $35. Come to Russia World Cup. I'll show you around. How do Americans get to Russia? Canada? No, I'm not going to Canada. What about Nairobi? I want to go to Nairobi. Oh, I don't need a special visa to go to Russia? Take us on a tour around your surroundings. I would, but I can't leave here because of the internet. Because my internet won't work on the street. No, I don't have AIDS. It's super easy to get a visa to Russia. For real? I might be coming to Russia very soon. For real, like I might be coming to Russia very soon. Feel stupid. I bought Ripple at $3. I bought a bunch of Ripple at like what, 50 cents and 70 cents. visa note for Mumbai UIB. No, I haven't signed up for that. Do you need a visa to visit Brazil? Yes, Americans need visas for Brazil. Europeans don't, but Americans do. The reason why we need a visa for Brazil is because we make Brazilians get a visa to come to the U.S. So they do the same thing to us. What do you think of the migrants that come to Europe from Africa and the Middle East? Sorry to be political with that question. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, yo. Like the same thing I think of immigrants coming from Mexico coming to the U.S. I'm not against it. Like I'm not against it at all. People are people want to go somewhere to live a better life. If I lived in Syria, and I know a lot of people out there, they think that they think that people from Syria are all terrorists, but this is not the case. A lot of people from Syria, well, majority of people from Syria are just average people. They're just your average citizens. Like for example, when I'm in San Francisco, all the people I see around, like all these people going into these office buildings and all these people getting out of Ubers and all these highly educated people and all these people that make tons of money, that was people in Syria, and then their country got destroyed and then those people became refugees. So those people are just going, they just want a better life. So I don't think that, I mean, yeah, there's terrorism, but everybody's not a terrorist. Like, everybody's not a terrorist, And just like with the whole Mexican immigration, like, everybody doesn't want to come to the U.S. to take from the U.S. Some people want to come to the U.S. and live a good life and give back, you know? Another day, another adventure. When you come to Boston, I'll come to Boston this year for sure. What is the place you like the most out of all the places you've been? Hands down, Israel. Is real. Favorite country, hands down. Like, I don't know, I just had so much fun there. I had so much fun there. For Europe, England, for sure. London is my favorite city in Europe, for sure now. Like, for sure. For sure. Like, I like London that much. I mean, I don't know if I would just be, I don't know if I'd like London to just come here frequently because London's very expensive. And I feel that I'm not missing out on as much, like, not being in London. But, yeah, London, I really like London. But, yeah, for sure, Israel. Did you go to Whole Foods in London? They have a Whole Foods in London? I didn't even know they had a Whole Foods in London. Maybe I'll look for one and check it out. Where is the best falafel you've ate? I believe the best falafel I've ate is in Long Beach, California. Yeah, Long Beach, California for sure. Do you travel around in? Oh gosh, it's not gonna entertain that question. Trolls, yeah, there are a bunch of trolls. 1,500. Wow. You make 10 cents a day video. Oh, more trolls. Sub, big fan. That's what's up, Ricardo. What do you mean by what the fuck is he going around the country doing tax revenue stuff? Sorry, but is this okay? Let's see. How much you get for US viewers? You definitely make way more money for US views. For example, for 1,000 views, maybe $2 per $20. Okay, if those views are coming from Israel, for 1,000 views, maybe you get about 50 cents or something. But there's a couple reasons why that is. A lot of Israelis, they're super smart, and they use ad blockers like crazy. Like almost all of them do. Like almost all of them. And then on top of that, Israel, they don't pay that much. Like the ads are not worth that much in Israel. So it's like a double-edged sword. Oh, you're in Italy right now. Dude, I want to hit up Italy. I was actually looking at a flight flying out of Italy. So I'm a driver in SF Bay Area and hope to one day meet you. Got a falafel on you. So I'll be back at SF like next month, like for real. Like the second or first, you should be hitting me up saying, Jermaine, like let's hang out, like let's meet. I'm in the Bay Area. Like you should do that because I probably won't be in the Bay Area for very long. I'll probably be there for maybe 2 weeks. Because who knows? I might want to go to LA and stay for 2 weeks, or I might want to go to Santa Barbara and stay for 2 weeks. So you gotta hit me up like super fast. Go to Morocco. I'll see. I'll think about Morocco. Jermaine, do you still make money on Uber referrals? Simple Driver made 31,000 last year on referrals. 31,000 is okay. I can't believe he only made 31,000. I know someone who made like what $230,000 last year on, on Uber driver referrals. No, I could be. I'm totally wrong. I think he made like $500,000 off of Uber driver referrals. Yeah, I'm not gonna say how much money I made off of Uber driver referrals, but it's not 500,000. Elon Musk giving away one-way tickets tomorrow. I don't want to fall on that, y'all. How old are you from? I'm 31. Hi, love. Come back to Israel. I will. Maybe I will come back to Israel. I'm a little afraid to come back to Israel right now. I've been paying attention to the news. But if I come back to Israel, will you show me around? Take me to some more places that I haven't been to in Israel. Jermaine is not 40. There was an active YouTube. Oh yeah, I heard about that. 36. I'm not 36. I'm 31. Have you been to Germany? I've been to Germany. I went to Germany like 2 years ago. But I met some Germans and they want me to come back to Germany. It's pretty cool. Hey Jermaine, what your homeboy Tron from downtown SF near the WeWork building? What's up? What is up? What's going on? Are you the guy that works like I don't want to say where you work because like it's a live stream, but are you is it like a clothing store? um yeah, you look on Grinder. No, I'm not on Grinder. Show us London street venues vendors. This neighborhood there's not a lot of street vendors out right now. And if I leave right now the internet, the Wi-Fi is not gonna work. And my phone it's not strong enough to do Wi-Fi. It's not strong enough to do live stream by itself. When you're in London, go to Crumb Dollars. They got good vegan cupcakes. Well, I have to check out that. Israel, London, basically the U.S. and Europe. You know, maybe that's why I like England so much because I didn't even think about that. I did not think about that at all. But yeah, it is like a little U.S. and Europe, like for real. Like when I read this comment, like it has rang a bell in my head. This is like a little America, but everything is so expensive. Like if you go to like a clothing store, it's like way more than what you would pay for in the U.S. Like way more. Like there's not a TJ Maxx. I think it's like a TW Maxx or something like that. It's not TJ, but it's some other letter. Like one letter is changed. And when you go in, it's the same price. Like in the U.S., like a shirt may be $15, but here, it's 15 pounds. But 15 pounds, when you do the conversions, that's much more than $15. You know. So that explains why so many Europeans come to America to shop. And like going to the Apple store, if you wanted to buy like a MacBook, hands down, it would be cheaper for you to get on an airplane, fly to New York, buy your MacBook, and fly back here. It would be cheaper. Because MacBooks, $3,000, y'all. Easy. Thank you for liking Israel. You're always welcome back. I know. I wonder what's gonna happen when I go back to the airport in Israel. Like, because you know how like airport security is so strict. Are they gonna look at me and be like, "You're a YouTuber. We want you to pay taxes for coming here now." Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I'm really nervous to go back to Israel because I've heard of other people having problems like going back to Israel the second time. So, visit Poland. Visit Poland. This is Zotek. Hey Zotek, you just wrote this message. Visit Poland. Can you please send me a private message? Can you please do that? Just if you live in Poland, just please send me a private message because I just want to ask you some questions about Poland. Poland is on my travel list, but I just want to know a couple questions. Status is every 10 seconds. Oh, the internet's going down. Israel. How are you paying off your travels, bro? It looks like you're living life in the moment. I'm not exactly living life in the moment. I'm working my butt off. But yeah, I have a couple streams of income. Man, there is a shooting at YouTube HQ right now. Oh, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's shooting at YouTube. I subscribed to your Instagram I did 2 years ago. Oh, that's what's up. Highly recommend ad blocker. I always use ad blocker. No commercials on YouTube. Look, do not be promoting ad blocker on my YouTube channel because I don't want all my subscribers getting an ad blocker, and then now I make no money, and then now I can't make YouTube videos because I can't even afford to eat because I'm not making any money because all my subscribers are using ad blockers. Or if you use an ad blocker, like at least hit me up in the super chat every once in a while, because you know, believe it or not, like I actually guess that like it's not that much money that you're making when people watch ads, but you know, every little bit counts. Come to Tijuana later this year. I'll definitely come to Tijuana. What's your job? Is it okay if you don't mind asking? I make YouTube videos for a living, and I talk about a lot of apps, and I make money from referrals. One way you guys can easily support me without really doing much is if you ever buy anything off of Amazon. If you buy anything off of Amazon, this is how you can support me without going into your pockets doing anything. Just click on one of my Amazon links, right? Just click on any Amazon link that I have right before you get ready to make your Amazon purchase. Click on my link. Once you click on my link, then you'll go to the Amazon page. Just go to search and search for whatever you want to buy. When you do that, it's gonna show Amazon that I sent you to Amazon because you clicked on that link, and then whatever else you buy for the next 24 hours, I'll get a percentage of the sale. Like it's 2%, 4%, or 6%. That's like one way you can support me without really like supporting me, especially if you don't have money to support me and you are already gonna buy a GoPro that costs $500 off of Amazon anyway. Like yeah, like you can like click on one of my links and that's one way you can support me because you're already gonna buy that GoPro anyway. And if I could get 5% off of a $500 sale, that's a nice little amount for me, and I can use that to book another flight, go to the next country, and continue pumping out content for you guys on YouTube. Because like I say, like my YouTube income has it's like not going anywhere right now. It's like kind of stuck. Can you make a video about passive income in 2018? Sure, I will. Do you do any types of fitness training? I do electric skateboarding, and I carry my electric skateboard everywhere. And I also travel with a lot of weight, so that's how I exercise. Is it true English people are missing a lot of teeth? Honestly, I'm gonna say I see more messed up teeth in America than I do in any country. South America, I see messed up teeth a lot too. But yeah, I know I've totally have heard about the YouTube shooter now. Do you receive a lot of subscriber mail, your PO box address? Actually, I don't. But I don't really talk about it that much. It's just down there in the description. Maybe I should mention it more. But U.S. import tax is high. What do you mean the U.S. import tax is high? I think it's because the U.S. got deals with China. That's why so much stuff is cheaper in the U.S. Dude, next time you visit Israel, give me a heads up. We can do like top 20 falafels in Israel. How will I do that? Like, how will I let people know I'm going to a country before I go there? Because a lot of times I don't let people know where I'm going, and it's because of safety reasons. You know, um, I'm trying to figure out that. Maybe I'll just say I'm going to Israel. But then Israel is even scarier because that's a much smaller country, Like if someone went to I don't know, it's so easy to find. If I was in Israel, it would be really easy to find me. Like, just go watch all my old YouTube videos and then just try to figure out where I would be because I'm probably gonna go back to some of the same places that I was at before. Don't worry, Jermaine, I always watch ads on your channel. Oh, that's what's up. Bro, how is London? London is love. Like London is love. I like London. London reminds me of little America. Black dude in med school in Portland. Okay, so Poland. I'm gonna screenshot this real fast. So cool. I'll have to check that out later. Yeah, I just want to know more information about Poland. Where's your Amazon link, bro? Actually, I don't have an Amazon link in this video. I said that in a bunch of my videos. I don't have Amazon links. One video that I do have Amazon links in, mad Amazon links in, is the video of what's in my backpack. What's a good city in Israel to visit? Tel Aviv. I really like Jerusalem, but Jerusalem's super holy. But I just like it because it was chill, you know. I love your boosted boards. What do you think of electric unicycle, like the Imagine V8 or King Studs? Thinking about getting one. Well, they have much better range than an electric skateboard, I would say. Do you have another YouTube channel? I do, but I'm kind of working on them. I'm not really pushing them out there now. Man, Marks and Spencer have great food. You should know good food. They have food choices. That's dope. Any Latin America countries you traveled to or been to? So countries in Latin America I've been to a bunch. Let's see, Mexico, Belize, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. I've been to Costa Rica like 3 times now, and Panama. Also Colombia. I've been to Colombia. But Colombia is sort of South America. Oh my gosh, I gotta pee so bad. Like I've been holding it in for like the past like 40 minutes. No, Peru. I haven't been to Peru yet. Let's walk and talk. Oh my gosh. Like I want to keep this stream going, but like I really gotta pee. I tell you what, I'm just gonna leave the phone here. I'll be right back. Okay? Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, y'all still there? Sorry about that. I mean, sometimes you gotta go, and bro, I just had to freaking go. Whew, feel much lighter now. Whew, it is chilly in here, yo. You must ain't got the heat on. We can see what he does. Y'all see? Y'all laughing at me? What if someone steals his phone? I was thinking about that too, but people seem to be super honest around here. What if someone steals his phone? I would have to like ask you guys, hey, who took my phone? And it's plugged into the battery pack right now. Are you living in Tel Aviv? That's what's up. Dude, I'll definitely come back this summer. I'll come back. Like, I told myself I cannot go back for 4 months. Like, no, I told myself I can't go back for 3 months. So that's my trick. Don't go back for 3 months. But I definitely want to go back. Like, I was looking at flights the other day. 10 pounds lighter. I probably have lost weight since I've been here. What's it like staying in a hostel? This hostel is this one's super clean, but like it's not my favorite. Like the other hostel I stayed in was legit. In the video tomorrow, I showed off that hostel. I didn't show it off fully, but I showed off the like 2 of the rooms because it used to be an old courthouse, and it looks like an old courthouse. So it's gonna be in tomorrow's video. Why are you so chill and just vibely? How to say that? Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm out there. You should go to Dubai. Dubai is definitely on the list. Do you know where Nathris? Nathris is in Palestine. I want to go to Palestine, but I guess this ain't gonna be the time to go. Like Israel just, they just killed like a whole bunch of folks, just shooting at them. I don't know. That's what they said in the news. I'm pretty sure it was something going on, but the news always makes it sound bad, you know? Like, Israelis just killed a bunch of troops. Like, what? I don't get that. Like, why do they make it sound so bad when, like, we're their biggest friend, you know? Like I don't get it. And if anything happens, like America's like, we gotta help them, you know. Like it just some just don't make sense about that. How is the food at the hostel in London? So the food, I had breakfast included, and breakfast is served up until 10 a.m. And I woke up at 9:30 this morning, and I said I can go get breakfast. And you know what time I got out of bed? At like 10:10, like right after breakfast was over, and I was like, maybe I don't want breakfast, but I'm pretty sure it's just a lot of like, bacon and uh, what is it, pork sandwiches and stuff like that. I don't want no freaking pork sandwich. Like pork out of everything, like that's like the worst thing in the freaking world. Do you invest in precious metals like gold and silver coins? I do, but I haven't bought any gold and silver coins in a very long time. It's been a very long time. So guys, this live stream has been lit. Like I can't believe I've been streaming for 71 minutes. You ever visit Pakistan? No, I mean I would go if things were cool, but I mean Pakistan is not on our it's not on our friendly list. How long are you gonna be in UK? I'll be in UK until Friday. I got a flight leaving Friday. I'm gonna go travel to the next spot, probably stay there for a couple days, and then I got another flight leaving that spot, and then I gotta keep the chain going from there. So that's what I got going. CNN hates Israel. I know. See, I know that's the thing. Like certain news stations like don't like certain things. Pork is delicious. I'm having pork chops for dinner tonight. uh, I'm not gonna knock it, but I'm not gonna knock pork, but whatever. I'm sure my Israelis don't like pork. Or I don't know. Maybe y'all do like pork, right? Maybe y'all like some pork sandwiches too. Have you been to Pelican Square? Heard it's interesting there. I went to a place here earlier. I don't know exactly what part of town it was, but it looked like it looked like London's version of Times Square. Like it was just super busy and lots of people and big billboards, and I was like, dang, this reminds me of like Times Square. I mean, it didn't look like Times Square because like cars were not driving through the middle like cars drive through Times Square, but it just had that fast upbeat, fast vibe, fast moving. Like it just had that vibe to it. I'm 30. We're around the same age. About to graduate. Truck driving school. See, drive over the road. Wow, watch your child's on the road, bro. That's what's up. Vegas nights. That's what's up. But there is places in Israel that are dangerous. I was actually thinking about just going back for the summer because someone invited me to come to Israel for rocket season. If you guys don't know what rocket season is, it's like, I guess it's like towards the end of the summer when things really heat up in the Middle East, and that's when war starts to happen. So they like fire missiles. But it hasn't happened in the past, I think, almost 4 years. It's been peaceful. Like they haven't been firing missiles. But a lot of Israelis have been inviting me to come back for rocket season. They're like, yeah, you should come to Israel when there's shit going on. And I'm like, are you for real? Like, you want me to come when there's like a war going on? And they're like, yeah, that's the best time to come. And I'm like, you for real? You must be kidding me. And they're like, yeah, like we have parties in our bunkers. And I'm like, you want me to come to have parties in a bunker when there's freaking missiles flying over? I would be down. Like, honestly, I would freaking be down. Like, I would freaking be down. Like, I would freaking go. I mean, if I die, I die. Like, at least I die in the Holy Land, right? I mean, what do you guys think of that? Like, would you be down to go to a country and like, it's about to be bombed? Or it could, or I don't know. Like, I don't want to say that, but, like, I'm being natural. Like, yeah, whatever. Come back to Israel, man. Everybody's saying come back to Israel. I'll come back, for sure. But not on this trip. But I was looking at the weather. It was so freaking tempting. The weather is so tipping. Because it's like 90 degrees. It was what, like 80 degrees and a lot? Like 80 degrees. Here, it's like, maybe it's like 40 degrees outside. No, it's probably warmer now. Maybe it's like 55 degrees, 50 degrees. But like 90 degrees to my American subscribers. My Israelis, I can't do the conversion. Can somebody do the conversion for the Israelis? I guess you guys probably already know the conversion. Come back to New York. I'm definitely coming back to New York for the summer. But I'm not going to stay the whole time. What are the advantages of vagabond life? The advantages. Well, one thing I like going different places. Like I like staring out of an airplane window. Like that's so dope, yo. I like sitting on an airplane. You getting ready to take off. You getting into the clouds. You landing. You going to some new spot. You trying new foods. You checking out a new culture. You hearing a different language. You looking at different money in your hand, different money in your pocket. You smell different foods. You you just see how things operate. Like things operate the same all over the world, but they operate in different ways. Okay, like of course everybody goes to work, but like it's like it's different. Like I don't know. I like it. Like it makes the world goes up. It makes the world turn. Like it makes the world go around. One way ticket to Mars. I'm not trying to go to Mars. Jermaine is at his best at NYC. You guys think I'm at my best? Like I think I'm at my best when I'm in the Bay because I'm always talking about apps, and then yeah, I'm in the Bay. I always talk about apps. You should. I should. Yeah, I should. Just got back to America 3 hours ago. Where you been, Iceman? You just got back to the U.S. Wish you and Gable Travel could connect, dude. He is so awesome. Like, I feel that's kind of where my channel is like somewhat going because one love, good night. Oh, good night, good night. I kind of feel that's where my channel is going, but I don't want to be a travel channel. I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to be in California and I want to be traveling at the same time. And that's pretty much my plan. That's pretty much what I want to do. If I can keep getting these super cheap flights, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm just gonna keep traveling. I'll go back to the Bay. I'll work. I'll make skateboard videos, and then I'll go travel to some other region of the world. I think my next trip should really be to Asia, or it should be to Africa. It should not be back to Europe because the cheap flights are very tempting. So, what the next flight will be. Because, see, there's so many countries in Europe, and when you're trying to travel to 100 countries in your lifetime, you're trying to knock out countries. But what the next trip should be a trip to Europe. It should be another cheap trip to Europe, but it should be to a different city in Europe. Maybe to Stockholm, because I've never been to Stockholm, and they have non-stop flights from Oakland to Stockholm. Maybe it should be Stockholm. I could stay in Stockholm, Sweden for 3 days, 4 days. I can experience Sweden, which will be another country. But Sweden would not be the highlight of the trip. Sweden would just be the gateway, because that would just be the cheap flight from North America. And then after 4 days, I could take another flight from Sweden to another destination, and that destination could be Europe or Africa. And this way, I'm still knocking out another European country, but then the actual place that I'm traveling to is the next place. So that's what I'm thinking. And then maybe it should be Africa, but I remember. I think because Israel counts as Asia, so I guess I have to remember that. It's Western Asia, far, far Western Asia. But I can't remember how many times I've been to Asia. I'm trying to remember. I have to check my passport, because how many times have I been to Thailand? How many times have I been to the Philippines? I'll do it later. Love your minimalistic lifestyle, bro. Why don't I have a 9 to 5 inspiring video? That's what's up. Where is your boosted board? I didn't bring the boosted board because of the batteries. What about Australia? Recommend Iceland in the summer. It's like a different planet. That's what's up. Cool, you're in London. I'm still hanging out in London. I'll be here for another couple more days. 2 more nights in London. Yeah, 2 more nights in London, and I'm out. I'm out. I'm going to the next spot. But guys, this live stream has been lit. If you watching this live stream right now, give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. Give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up right now. Let's get to like at least 70. Hey Jermaine, have you tried to visit Canada before? I haven't visited Canada before, but I will go this year because I have a lot of homies in Toronto. London is crazy expensive. What are the London girls that they're out here? They're out here. I'm hiding them off the camera right now. Don't fly to Tel Aviv in the summer. It's too hot. Oh yeah, I heard. I heard Tel Aviv and I guess Jerusalem. I guess all over freaking Israel would be hot like hell, right? Like everywhere would be hot, cause it's so freaking. It's in the middle of the desert, basically. Like pretty much. Like yeah, it's in the middle of the desert. Like Israel is a desert, but the Israelis just figured out a way to grow green grass all over the country. But before they moved there, it was a desert, which is kind of crazy to really, if you really think about it. Like, dang, they literally turned the desert into like green grass and stuff. Where them big booty women at? I don't see no big booty women around here though, yo. Man, all these women got flat booties, yo. For real. Israel is incredibly hot in the summer. Oh yeah, I would imagine. Maybe I won't go back in the summer. Or if I do go to Israel, what I'll do is I'll have to go in the summer and I'll have to sleep on US time. So when people are sleeping in America, which is the daytime in Israel, I'll have to be sleeping and then I'll have to be out at night. But I ain't gonna lie, like all the good stuff in Israel happens at night anyway. Like, well, I don't want to say it like that, but in Tel Aviv, all the good stuff happens at night, yo. In the daytime, I mean, stuff to do, but everybody comes out at night, and people party like crazy there. So it's different. Vegas is like a desert to 110 in the summer. Yeah, that's true. I got to go to the hood for the big booty UCOs in the UK. Oh, I bet. I wonder what is the hood like in the UK. I wonder what that like hearing a lot of freaking seeing a lot of like black folks in the UK speaking British English in the hood. Like I wonder what that sounds like. I wonder what they say. Like, what's up, my nigga? Like, how you speak British? Like, how you speak British and be hood? Like, British, it sounds so elegant. Like, it sounds so, like, classy. Like, how do you speak hood and be British? Like, that's a trip. Like, I don't want to even go over there because I don't know what they hood's like. They might be like, you from America? Like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to get beat up. Tel Aviv is so humid and hot at night. That's true. It is hella humid over there. How can you have a hood in London? Everyone sounds like that's funny. They sound Jamaican. I wonder what they sound like in the hood drinking their tea. Drinking. Yo, what up? Yo, what up, nigga? Come through. I'm over here. We're drinking a spot of tea. I got my trousers on. I'm over here trying to hustle up some of these pounds. Yeah. Let me get 35 pounds when you come through. Hey, man, you owe me 25 pounds from last night, yo. Yeah, I'm talking about these pounds, bro. Hey, let me call you back when I get done sipping my tea, bro. Yeah, bro. I wonder what they sound like. It must be a trip to hear them folks. Like, yo, you speak in Hebrew. Like, I want to speak Hebrew. Somebody write it in English. Come on, the Israelis. I can't translate this. Or let me see if I touch it, will it translate for me? No, it doesn't translate for me. 25 quid. I forgot. It's 25 quid, not 25 pounds. I gotta figure that one out. 25 quid. Right, yeah, boosted board from the US to Canada. Just do shoot. If I keep buying these batteries, I'll be able to ride the boosted board from Freaking California to New York. I wonder how long that would take, and I wonder how long that would take. I mean, I would just have to have a backpack full of batteries, yo, and like a power strip. It would probably take like what, maybe like you would get there faster than walking, and I've heard of people walking. Like y'all are tripping out over there. It's a score 5. Yeah, do it from Cali to MY. That's what's up. Is there a new booster board coming out soon? I don't know, dude. That would be nice. What is what are your life plans, goals? I want to continue traveling, and then I want to write books about traveling. I think that's my new next long time goal. I want to write books about traveling, and I want to inspire more minorities, more people of color to travel. Like that's what I want to do because I don't know, I can't think of anything else that I really want to do, and I'm already in that direction right now. So I just look at it as if, yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think I want to like continue traveling and making inspiring videos. Like keep like making videos that people are interested in, stuff about making money and traveling and saving money and stuff like that. And I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. That's why I'm taking trips, and that's why I'm telling you guys like this is this much and this is how much this costs. I can't wait to get to the next country because it's gonna be so much cheaper actually. When you have kids, I would love to have kids, but I would love to have kids. I would have to meet the right person though. I would have to meet the right person. I think you should fly to Israel in this month and in this month because it's not so hot. Maybe I should fly to Israel. Should I go back to Israel? Like if I went to Israel, I would only have one pair of pants to wear because, well, I would only have one pair of shorts to wear. I'd have to buy more clothes because it's super warm there. Keep making us look good, hit all the stereotypes. Oh yeah, that's another thing that I want to do is, you know, be that person that's not the stereotype. Are you planning on starting a family? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I don't know. My relationship life is just it's really messed up. Like since I've been like a digital nomad, my dating life has just been very. It's just kind of hard to date. Like I'm kind of like undateable. Like a lot of people, like there's so many people like they're kind of like they kind of envy what I do. Like I kind of get that a lot. Like a lot of people envy what I do. So when I meet like females, and if they can't relate, because a lot of people can't relate with it either. Like I'm so surprised that I didn't like you guys relate with it. Like I'm really surprised that a lot of people aren't like Jermaine. You're weird. Like you only travel with one backpack. Like I don't know. I'm a weird. I gotta meet me as somebody else out the U.S. or somebody who is from the U.S. but has done a lot of traveling and they've seen the world and they're cultured and yeah. I don't there was a shooter. Yeah, I heard about the shooter at YouTube. Go back to Vanessa and her Mexican jungle. Oh, you guys. Do you really have quickies hookups when you travel? I mean, come on. Like, what do you think? I mean, am I like unattractive? But hookups is not like a relationship. Hookups is like a one night stand. And you gotta think like just hooking up with someone is a little bit different than like hooking up with someone you've hooked up with like 20 times. Hooking up with someone you hooked up with 20 times, you could. I mean, I feel I have more fun with a person that I've hooked up with way more because like I know a little bit more about them. But someone I hooked up with like 2, 3 times, like it's not the same. Will you come to Germany soon? I will hit up soon. I will hit up Germany soon. You are cute. You will find a girl who likes traveling. Yeah, Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will because there's tons of females that just love traveling. There's tons, and just gotta find one, you know. When will you come to Germany? I got I met some people at the other hostel, and they're from Germany, and they want me to come. They want to show me around, but they want to take me to like, I don't want to say it too much, but they want to take me to like this government place. So I'll have to like show my passport like 4 days before I arrive. Like it's super official, but like it would be some really cool YouTube content. We'll see about that. We'll see. It's hard to find regular chicks, cool chicks that like to travel and do what you do. In the U.S., it's very, very difficult. Like it is. When I was living in Santa Barbara, I actually thought that if I moved to SF, like it would be easier for me to find someone like that are into traveling, that are into the things I like. I just thought that because SF was a big city. No, that is far from the truth. I would say it's even harder in SF just because it's so expensive. You don't have those same creative minds that want to live in SF anymore. Like those people that want to, live out of a backpack and be minimalist. They don't want to live in freaking expensive SF. They want to live someplace that's not as expensive, you know. So yeah, what the fuck? I wish it was like a midday too. That's what's up. They trucker chick. They travel too. A trucker chick. That would be cool. It's very close to Finland, Germany, and France. I'll check it out. Friendberg. Maybe I'll check it out. He does not smash. What do you mean I don't does not smash? How are you? How old are you? Live your life. Don't get handcuffed to the biddy. Oh, I'm 31. He does not splash woman. That's it. Oh, I do smash. What are you talking about? Beautiful in Germany. They kidnap people for torture camps. Oh no, you must be Israeli. I don't think they still kidnapping people in torture camps. Do you go to Romania, and you should just give me a gypsy? It would be dope to marry someone from outside the U.S. That would be pretty cool. I wonder how does that work? Like, could I get like another passport, and then they could get like an American passport? But I don't know. Will the American passport be like as valuable as it is in like 10 years? Just sub to you or Kodu. Oh, that's what's up. You just sub. If you are new right now, if you new, you just watching this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Especially if you're in London, if you're in the UK, hit that subscribe button. Telling the truth. Connection camps, torture camps, documentaries, all about it. Oh dang. How many days you have left in London? Where you headed to next? I'm not gonna say where I'm headed to next, but I have like 2 days left in London. Oh, there's some more trolls. Did you know the singer Eminem? Yeah, Uber Eats in London. Let's go. I've been seeing a lot of Uber Eats guys around. What happens if you lost your passport in a different country, Jermaine? Okay, that's a good question. That's a really good question. What happens if you lose your passport in a country? Okay. Well, if I lost my passport right now in England, it wouldn't be as bad. You know why? Because I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that there is a U.S. embassy here in England. I'm pretty sure that there's a U.S. embassy. So what I would have to do is I would have to wake up early tomorrow, and I'd have to go to the U.S. embassy. Going to the U.S. embassy, that's basically America inside of England. So once you get inside of there, it's like basically like being back home, you know? I think I'd have to pay like $100 or $150, $200, $300. I have to pay some fee, and I could actually get some like I think it's like a expedited passport. You can get it in like 4 days. Okay, that's if I would lose my passport here. Okay, if I was in a country that did not have a U.S. embassy, a country like let me think of a country that don't have a U.S. embassy. If I was in a country like I don't know, I can't think of a country because I don't want to say a country and then it does have a U.S. embassy. Okay, let's just say I was in a country that didn't, but I want to use a country as an example. Let's say I was in Nicaragua. Okay. I don't know if they have a U.S. embassy there, but I'm thinking that they don't. Okay. But they probably actually do. But let's just, for the sake of this video, let's say I'm in Nicaragua and they do not have a U.S. embassy. What would happen is I would be stuck in that country until I was able to get a passport. Like I would have to probably get. That's a good question. Like I really don't know. I think I would have to get someone from the U.S. to like to. I don't know. That's a really good question. I need to figure that out. What would happen? Because if there's no embassy in that country, I can't leave that country to go to the next country to find the embassy. So I'm probably gonna have to do everything the old-fashioned way, like call. But I actually do have a passport card. Now that's not gonna let me. A passport card will not let you get on a plane. Like you cannot get on a plane with a passport card because there's nowhere to stamp a passport card, and you. That's why you want a. That's why you need a passport because they have to stamp it. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to figure out what happens. How your money get into a small bag. This was a passport prices did go up. Jermaine safe travels. Yeah, they went up like $20. They didn't go up that much. Yeah, I heard about the shooter thing. Just thought about it too. How your money get into your small bag. YouTube HQ under fire. Like Syria. Oh gosh. That's what it is. That reminds me, Thailand, where child kidnapping and pornography is a real problem. Oh, really? I didn't think kidnapping was a big problem in Thailand. I could see, the whole child thing because you actually see that a lot in Thailand, but I didn't think it was. I didn't think kidnapping was a big problem in Thailand. That's actually scary. Just go to the embassy. But if you're in a country with no embassy, what do you do? Like, I mean, here it would be easy, just go to the embassy. But then it really depends on, like, I think if you just show up to the American embassy with no paperwork, I think that's one thing. But if you show up to the U.S. embassy with something, like if you have a California driver's license or if you have just some other paperwork, I think it's gonna go a little bit faster. I could be wrong. Maybe they have other ways to figure out if it's you or not. I'm pretty sure they have other ways to figure out if you're the person that you say they are, that you say that they are. Because, I mean, it's basically the U.S. government, Like, I'm pretty sure they could figure out who you are. But if you also had paperwork, it could be faster. No, I'm not a rapper. No, I'm not a rapper. But if you're new to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, you just started watching, if you're from the UK, hit that subscribe button. And when you have time, like a rainy day, like tomorrow, it's gonna rain all day tomorrow, just start watching all of my YouTube videos. I got about 1,500 YouTube videos. I want you to watch them all because if you miss one, you're gonna miss something. So yeah, UK subscribers definitely watch all the YouTube videos that I have here. And cut your ad blocker off too when you watch my YouTube videos because I want you to, watch them all and pay attention to the commercials because they got some good stuff to sell you too. You may not like the commercials, but they got great stuff for you, McDonald's and Coca-Cola and come on, I'm being sarcastic, yo. I'm trying to be funny. Saw you at West Oakland Bart. Why you didn't say anything? You should have said, yo, what you doing? You trying to sneak out of Bart without paying? You should have said something if you saw me at West Oakland Bart. Can you pull up your passport picture photo? I'll show you my passport card because my passport photo is in here. I heard about the massive shooting at Amazon HQ. So everybody's saying that it was a shooting at YouTube. And Lady T is saying it's a shooting at Amazon. So I don't know what a shooting at. Is it at Amazon or is it a they had another shooting? Damn. They had a shooting at YouTube and Amazon? Like for real, 2 shootings. This can't be going on, but this is my United States passport photo. I'm trying to cover up my info. There it is. Yep, that's me. My hair is like so furrowed out. I love my hair on this. Like I love it. Like it don't look like that now. Female is dead. Yeah, these people, they need to stop shooting these guns. That's one thing That's one thing I like about not being in the U.S. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna get shot with a bullet. You know, I might get blown up somewhere. I might get stabbed, but I won't get shot with a gun from across the street. You know, like dang, that's so messed up. Did anybody get hurt at YouTube or? Good morning, America. Female suspect at YouTube headquarters apparently self-inflicted gunshot wounds. People say. Mm. That's that's sad, man. But you know what that means? That's a lot of publicity for YouTube right now. That's a lot of publicity for YouTube. Like, people probably gonna be watching YouTube videos just because they saw it in the news, you know? Just kind of like Uber, you know? Oh, what's YouTube? Oh, YouTube, you can watch videos on YouTube. Well, I know, and people probably already know about YouTube. I'm just being funny. Jermaine, can you work in a different country when visiting? Okay, so work in a different country. This is how you work in a different country without getting a visa. You just do volunteer work that they will exchange your volunteer work for something. For example, in Israel, I was so tempted to do this. So there was a couple different hustles in Israel where you have to stay for 6 weeks. That's why I didn't want to do it. I'm like, I don't want to stay for 6 weeks. But you have to stay for 6 weeks, and if you stay for 6 weeks, you work 5 day. You work 5 hours a day, and I think you work for. I think you work 5 days out of the week. I could be wrong on that. Maybe it's 7 days, but I think you work 5 days out of the week. You work 5 hours a day, and they give you 2 free meals, and they also give you a free bed to stay in. Now, that's not working for money, but you would be spending money on a place to stay, and you would be spending money on food anyway. And you also don't have to go through the visa thing, so you don't have to get a work visa and all that. Another way you can stay in another country and work without having a visa is to do what I do. Just make YouTube videos. And that way all your money comes from the US. And you won't even have to deal with you won't have to go to a country and look for a job. Like you're basically you're based out of the US. And then that makes taxes really easy. Because when Americans get a job outside the US, you're required to pay taxes in that country, and you're also required to pay taxes back to the US. Like, it's the only country in the world that charges its citizens taxes when you're outside of the US. So for me, that works out great because I'm not making money outside the US. Like, I'm making money within the US, but that's kind of tricky because I'm actually making money outside the US because I'm producing videos outside of the US, but the money is still coming from the US. So it still works great in my favor. Um, Let me read some comments. One time I saw you, I was stoned. I was like, didn't want to say hi and doing the most of it. When you saw me, I was probably stoned too. Like for real. Like I was probably just as stoned as you. You probably should have just walked up and said, "What's up, Jermaine?" Who knows? Be American, go to school, get shot, go to work, get shot. This is very true. It's an American thing. And if you don't get shot, you'll probably get really, really fat and overweight and die in a car accident when you're 40. Like, I don't know. There's so many things that can kill you in America. So many things can kill you in America. And also all the prescription drugs in America. And then fake weed. Like, what's up with all this crap in Chicago? People dying because they smoke weed and it was like some poison. Like, dang, you can't even trust weed people anymore? I had some construction workers stuff in the company, and the police came and checked the construction workers. They were from Ukraine, and Polish working visas not valid in Germany. Oh, they thought maybe it was like, maybe they were doing something they weren't supposed to. Can you make a video about traveling while black? You know, I can't make a video talking about that. I don't typically like to make I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. I don't typically like to use the word black. The reason why I don't typically like to use the word black is because I feel that this is the reason why I don't like to use the word black. I really want to know what you guys got to think about this here. In the United States, what we have is we have white and we have black. Okay? That's what we have in the US. I bet you guys are thinking, what about Asians? What about Latinos? What about every other race? We have those races, But for the most part, you have a lot of people that lean more towards, that side. And you have a lot more people that you have a lot of people that identify with Caucasian culture. You have a lot of people that identify with African American culture. And that's why I don't like to use the word black, because what about all those other people that identify with black people? What about all those other people that grow up in black neighborhoods and they basically go through the same things that black people go through? Like, but for this, maybe I'll just make a video talking about black people. But I just want to say that sounds like being a slave. How much money do you make with YouTube? I was sure making more a couple months ago with YouTube. Make that Uber is wage slaves. Uber ain't shit. Uber pays below minimum wage. I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. I'm not disagreeing. Foreign income is not taxed. No, my tax dude told me that if you make money outside the U.S., you have to freaking pay taxes on it. But like, I'm not tripping because, like I say, like all of my money is basically coming from the U.S. Unless if I like, okay, since I'm getting so many views from Israel, this is actually a way that I could monetize off of the country of Israel. Is I could find some links in Israel and I could put those links in the videos that are getting a lot of attention from Israel, and then that way Israelis could click on those links, and then I would be making money in that country. Damn, I just thought about that right now as I'm live streaming. I'm actually gonna do that. Like, I actually just thought about that. Because how else am I gonna monetize from Israeli views? Because I'm not making money from them watching the ads, but since they are watching the videos, maybe I can find some links in Israel that are like Uber links or Amazon links or something like that. But then this way, now I'm making money in another country. That money would literally be coming from that company in that country. If I was making referral money off of that. The job is to work in a hostel and give us a bit. Yeah, that does work. Can you say hi to Monastonia? I can't pronounce her name. I'm sorry. Jermaine, don't show it's on YouTube. Did you get your tooth fixed? So I did go to a dentist, and I'm actually gonna go to Mexico in probably about a month. See black and travel. I don't like black either. It's African American. It is African American, but you know, black sort of it hits home a little bit. It hits home more. Like if I see black, I'm gonna pay more attention to it than if I see African American. Because if I see African American, like of course I identify with African American, but black is so much more direct. It's like you're talking about me. When you say African American, I don't know, like you're talking about me, but it clicks in my head different. It's saying like white versus Caucasian. Like white clicks in my head different than Caucasian. I guess because I've been used to hearing like white majority of my life. I don't know. It just. What about them not associating with other black people or white people? What about them not associating with other black people? Are you talking about black people that travel? That don't associate with other black people? I don't typically meet too many black people that travel that don't associate with other black people. I've definitely met some weird ass black people traveling, but not that many. But don't get me wrong, I meet like just a bunch of weird people in general. I don't mean to just think about black people, but I've definitely met a lot of weird. I've met a lot of other weird people traveling. Did you ever see that creepy movie Get Out? So what do you think about it? No, I never saw Get Out. What about Bitcoin? No, I still got some Bitcoin. I haven't sold anything. Did you find a tax guy who understands crypto? Well, I haven't sold any crypto this year. So that's how I'm playing that game. I'm not gonna pay taxes because I haven't sold any, and I didn't sell any last year either. Jermaine, can you use a VPN app to treat the phone as if you're still in the U.S.? Will not have to worry about taxes, money owed. So I always use a VPN right now. Right now, I my VPN says that I'm in New York. So I always use a VPN because you never know who's like gonna be hacking you when you're in a Starbucks or when you're in a coffee shop. So I typically always use a VPN, unless I'm like at an Apple store and I'm trying to upload something and it's gonna upload much faster if I don't use a VPN. I may cut my VPN off, but if I do cut my VPN off, I'm not gonna do anything on the internet except on that YouTube page. So I'm not gonna like check other accounts. I'm not gonna put any passwords in or anything like that. I'm only going to be on that one page. And then as soon as the video is uploading, I'll cut the VPN back on. VPN is just a way to protect you on the internet. If you guys don't know what a VPN is, that does not include making YouTube. That is still, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. We're native and dangerous. That's so. Read my messages and you didn't answer. I was asking, whoa, what was your message? It's kind of hard to read some of these sometimes. Hey, Jermaine, I've been trying to learn about Bitcoin mining and found an app for Android called Free Bitcoin Maker. It has a Satoshi credit and can convert to Bitcoin. I think that's right. That sounds pretty good. Can you say hi to Mookie? What up, Mookie? Do me a favor and watch that movie Get Out, and you will get a chance, bro. I'll watch it. Get Out. Have you tried acting? Acting is like a little too much work for me. That's why I never did it. Is London better than Paris? Honestly, hands down, London is so much better than Paris. Like I said, if you didn't hear me earlier, I just said Paris. When I was in Paris, I can see much more of a struggle in Paris. Like I see a struggle in Paris. Like people, like they just don't seem like they're doing as good as people in London. Folks in London, they seem like they're doing pretty good. They seem like they're doing real good. Like for real. Like I don't see many homeless people on the street. I see people like I see folks happy. I see folks smiling. I see folks out jogging. It's raining all the time, and I still see people smiling. I see people saying hello. I see people asking me, "How are you?" It's so much different. Like Paris, it's a struggle in Paris. Like they got a lot of they got a Muslim thing going on. They got a lot of African immigrants going on. Paris is on the euro, and London is on the pound. If you guys don't know the difference, London, England is the only country that uses the pound. Okay? The pound is very strong. It's much higher than the US dollar. The euro is lower than the pound. However, the euro is it's higher than the dollar. But the euro is a conglomerate of a bunch of countries in Europe. And honestly, the euro, it kind of sucks. This is an American's perspective on the euro. The euro sucks because you have countries like Germany, France, what are other prosperous countries? Germany, France, in the Netherlands. You have countries like these countries that they produce way more, especially Germany. Germany is suffering probably the most out of this because if Germany had their own currency, their currency would probably freaking be higher than the pound because Germany, they make a lot of stuff in Germany that they sell to the rest of the world. Countries like Spain, on the other hand, Spain's in a lot of debt, and Germany has been bailing out Spain like left and right. You have countries like Italy, they don't produce a lot of stuff. You have Greece, they don't produce a lot of things either. So Germany, rich countries like Germany and France, they have to share their wealth with countries that need bailouts. They have to share their wealth with countries that are struggling. And it helps countries like Spain, it helps countries like Greece, and it helps countries like Italy, but it also hurts countries like Germany, and it also hurts countries like France. But a country like England, they got pounds. So they're not sharing their wealth with the rest of, these super poor countries. Which, that's why more English travel around the world, because their money is worth way more. Skate more, talk less. The Brits suck, why go there? Spain. I went to Iceland 2 months ago. Met so many nice people from London. Well, also people from London speak English too. Can you vlog like Casey Neistat, please? I don't want to take Casey, I don't want to copy Casey Neistat. Thanks a lot, Marty, for the super chat. Yeah, no shit, no shit. I will show you his acting films. I love how clean cut you are and friendly. Oh, that's what's up. Thanks. London has a dire homeless problem. Well, maybe I'm just in the right areas and I haven't been to any bad areas. But honestly, I will say I haven't seen any bad parts of London. Like I've only been to like nice places for the most part. I've just been roaming. Like I haven't roamed to any bad parts of town. I haven't. Maybe I've seen like maybe a total of maybe 10 homeless people. And in San Francisco, I would see 10 homeless people on one street. So like one street, maybe like a couple hundred homeless people I would see in San Francisco in a day. Like, that's ridiculous. In America, what? And how many military bases we have around the world, and freaking living in an American city, you see homeless people everywhere. That's sad. That's sad. When you can spend billions and billions of dollars on, fighter jets, but there's homeless people that are all over the country, and a lot of those homeless people are probably some of the same people that fought in the wars. Probably some of the same people that and spent billions of dollars in the military. Because I talked to people in the military and they told me how they made mistakes and it's cost like millions of dollars from some simple mistake they made, and they've like cost $1 million mistakes, and that's taxpayer money. Like when I pay my taxes, that money is going for a freaking war. But then when I pay my taxes and I still have to see homeless people, on the streets. But what if they took some of that money that I pay taxes with and they did something to get these homeless people off the streets? But no, we spend our money on fighter jets. Anyway, I don't want to talk about politics right now. But yeah, check out London. It's a fantastic country. And once again, London, they speak English here, unlike France. Unlike France, speak English. Yeah, Brits are much friendlier than the French. Yeah, they are, and we're kind of like sister countries, Like we both speak English, and yeah, like England and America have definitely got a history, and definitely got a history. The world is vast. While limit yourself, keep traveling. Absolutely, I will keep traveling. When in Rome, maybe I'll go to Rome. I don't know if I'll make it to Rome this year. Glad you're traveling. Get on your board and skate. I need to go skating, right? DC is homeless capital. Really? I thought San Francisco was homeless capital. Why skip my message? Messages so work in a hospital without a salary and they give you free bed. Yes. So different hostels do it differently. In Central America, they tend to be a little bit easier to do that. I don't know about Europe. I've never tried in Europe. I've never really heard of that many stories in Europe, but I'm pretty sure it works the same way in Europe. Just in Israel, I met so many people that were doing that because it seems like everybody that goes to Israel love it. Like I met so many people that like overstayed their stay in Israel because they liked it so much. And I met so many people that were just living in hostels and working in hostels just because they wanted to stay in Israel longer. So that's a really awesome place. And even the one of the girls I was traveling with, she left Israel and came back, and she's been in Israel for the past month. So she's already spent 2 months in Israel this year. Like, yeah, check it out if you want to go to a country like that. Yeah, I live here in DC, and we don't have as many homeless. They give them ghetto apartments to live in. Ghetto apartments would be better than on the street. Did you hear about the chick who works for YouTube? She killed herself and shot others today. Did she work like 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 for the company, or was she a YouTuber? Thanks, Marty. San Bruno is San Bruno. Huge amount of homeless are veterans due to mental illness and drug issues. Absolutely. Jermaine, what company options do you trade? I'm not trading any options right now. Yeah, I'm not trading any options. Hey, have you gotten a lot better at editing? How the fuck do you travel? Would you? No, I'm not. Have you? She worked there and shot 4 people. She shot 4 people. Man, what is going on? Dude, she didn't piss folks off. She didn't get that raise. YouTube. It's crazy. Just sit down and try to get a reaction. So I can use Apple Pay on the tube, and it's the same as using the Oyster card. That's what's up. I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have got an Oyster card. Backed by popular demand. Do Black American traveling abroad peeps look up you on funny? Here's videos abroad. I should do that. I will. See, the icing on the cake is when you said Black Americans. Because Black Americans is like Black Americans that travel is like a freaking genre. Because Black Americans are so different than any other Black people in the world. Like, well, I guess all Black people in the world are different, but Black Americans, we got a bad rap. Like we do. Like I don't mean a bad rap like around the world, but like, you know what I mean? Like, hip hop music, and you know what I mean? It's not as like, I don't want to say that the rest of the world don't think that Black Americans are bad, but in certain places they don't like Black Americans because of like American TV, and also like, I don't know. That's just one thing. But make a video talking about Black Americans. I think that would be really good. I think that would. I'm gonna do that one. That would do really good. She shot herself in the head. Oh, she shot herself in the head. She didn't want to deal with the police. Oh, she lost her job. Holy crap! Look, she lost her job. Mm. Guys, I want to tell you something. I think I want to make a YouTube video talking about that, talking about this chick. Because if you think about it, I don't know much about this tech worker, but I'm gonna tell y'all something right now about tech workers. A lot of these tech workers, their job is their life. Their job is their life. And if they lose their job, they've basically just lost their life. Think about it. If you get up to work every day and you go get on a bus and go to your office and you're around all your friends on the bus at work, and you get there and you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? And you hang out with all your friends at work, and then when you get off work, you go hang out with all your friends and you're still at work, and then by 10 o'clock at night you go home, you sleep by yourself, and then you wake up super early in the morning and you go to work and you do the same thing over again. If you lose your job, what are you gonna do? You've lost all of your friends. And in the Bay Area, I mean, a lot of people work with their friends. A lot of people got friends at work. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm saying I can see how tech workers can start snapping. But one thing about tech workers, a lot of them, I want to say a lot of them don't seem like the type that would have guns, though. Because yeah, a lot of them don't seem like the type that would have guns. It's just interesting. Are there any sexy women in London? Oh yeah, there's no sexy women in London. Yep, they did a special about that on the news. They work crazy ass hours. They do work crazy hours, but that's their life. Ever thought about traveling somewhere in Africa, like Egypt? So I've already been to Egypt, believe it or not. I went to Egypt at a very dangerous time. When I went to Egypt, they were protesting like crazy, yo. Like, I got like 3 emails telling me don't go, like cancel your flight. You can cancel your flight for free. And I still went, right? It was a trip because it was a layover in Amsterdam. And I got ready to board the flight in Amsterdam. Plane was empty. It was like a 747 flying from Amsterdam to Cairo. If you don't know what a 747 is, it's a large Boeing double-decker plane. It has 3 seats on this side, 4 seats in the middle, 3 seats on one side. So this is a big plane. Can move a lot of people. And the plane, maybe it was like, it probably could hold 300 people. Maybe it was like 30, 40 people on board. It was completely dead. It was a trip. Like, yeah, but I still went. I didn't see any violence. But I do want to go back to Africa, but the problems with Africa is shots and visas. It's just more preparation. Coming to London, you don't have to do anything. You just book the flight and just that's it. Like, you just book the flight. With Africa, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. With parts of Africa, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. I'm gonna have to like go get photos made. I'm gonna have to go get some stamps. I'm gonna have to get some envelopes. I'm gonna have to mail this over there. I have to get this back. I'm gonna have to do that. Like it's just more. It's just more. You say 747? I think it was a 787. I said 747. I meant 787. 747s are old. 747s are what, from like the 60s? Greetings from Canada. What's up, Kay? What's up, Canada? What part of Canada are you from? It wasn't an A380. I've only flown on A380 once. A380 is Airbus. This was a Boeing jet. Maybe it was a seven, whatever it was a wide body plane, and it was old. It was definitely like 20 years old. Cause whenever you fly American Airlines, yo, they be having old planes. Planes be old as hell, yo. Plane be 20 years old. Fly with Norwegian or Wild Airlines, planes like 5 years old, or newer, like maybe 1 year old, 2 years old. Cause the plane we flew here on, like from Oakland to here, I want to say it was like brand new. From Toronto. Okay, Toronto is so high on my list. I met so many people in Israel from Toronto, and on this trip, I met so many people from Toronto. I don't get it. They must be giving them folks in Toronto for free flights because I meet so many people from Toronto, like that one city. Like, I feel I've met more people from Toronto here than I met in New York, yo. Which is kind of mind blowing because I typically meet people from New York everywhere, and New Yorkers are all over the place. Just kind of like Americans. Like you meet Americans all over. Like there's Americans everywhere. Like everywhere. There's so many Americans in England. Oh my gosh. Like at the grocery store, that's the place where you see the most Americans. Like the most Americans. I was in the grocery store earlier, and this lady, I swear she was from straight up Michigan, y'all. She was like, I want those cigarettes. I'm trying to get a good deal. I don't know which ones to get. I'm trying to get a good deal. And I was like, dude, she's straight from America. And then I met some dude in the grocery store earlier. He was from New York. He was in the grocery store too. Oh, I always gonna meet Americans in the grocery store because food costs a lot. You know, Americans be trying to save money over here. Like it's more expensive than it is back home. And if you ain't coming from the Bay Area, like like I think it's expensive, and I'm coming from the Bay, yo. Like you know how expensive the Bay Area is. So if you coming from a place like Mississippi, like you must be like, God damn, it's expensive over here, you know? Like, can you spot here's in more you do see it's I don't know, it's kinda hard to spot New Yorkers because it's kind of hard to spot Americans here because a lot of folks around here wear American brands. Like a lot of North Face jackets, a lot of North Face backpacks, a lot of Nikes, a lot of Jordans. So you can't just look at a person and be like they're from the States like you can in some countries, like like Israel. Like you can kind of tell if somebody's from the U.S. because you can tell by what they're wearing. But around here, you kind of can't because they have so many American brands here that anybody from around here can buy the same crap that we have there. But in other countries like, okay, Thailand, it's so dang easy to tell an American because a lot of Asians can't afford all of that crap, all that American crap over there. So obviously, like, it's an American, like, you can just do that. Everybody is Americanized now. To a certain degree, but not everywhere. I was born in MIA, my M dudes. Tim's on the beach smash. We have a slime. We'll go ride. I don't have a skateboard. Bring your boosted board to Toronto. I definitely would bring my boosted board to Toronto. Can you spot a nine? No, I can't spot nines. Have you tried passive incomes? Have you tried to pass attractions to the country? No, I haven't. Is Thailand? They think black people famous. That's more in China. I haven't been to China, but I've talked to a bunch of black people that've been to China, and they say that Chinese act a fool when they see black folks. Well, some Chinese do. Thailand, not so much, but you will get some looks. Especially if you get outside of Bangkok, you will get some crazy looks. Like for real, what can you say about Israel? Freaking, I love Israel. freaking. I just like the country. I like the culture. I like the people. Like the freaking people are freaking beautiful. I think the Israelis are the freaking most beautiful people, yo. I mean, it's freaking Israeli chicks, like a long, curly, dark hair, big nose, and they're technically like not white. They're like a lot of them are like really dark, yo. I mean, don't get me wrong, you find like super light skinned Israelis that like maybe they came from Europe or something. But a lot of Israelis are like hella dark skinned, yo, like damn, like so sexy. I need to meet a chick from Israel, like that's the spot. I should freaking go back there. I don't even want to go back to Thailand no more after going to Israel. Like, go to Thailand for what? Like, we want to, what the Israelis say, yo? Yo, China was a good trip. But yes, everyone wants to take my picture. Everyone wants to take your picture. That's a trip. That's true. Have you been to the DR, Dominican Republic? No, not yet. I want to hit up some of those on like a cruise, on like sort of like a 7 day cruise or something. I heard the most beautiful women are in Ghana. Maybe I have to check that out. Maybe I have to check that out. DR is a black man's paradise. Really? Israelis love facial hair. Oh, they love facial hair? I just happen to not have a lot of facial hair. No wonder why I see so much facial hair over there. Am I going on and on? Am I talking too much? I think I'm talking too much. I think I'm talking too much. Double check the gender of gal in Thailand. Yeah, you definitely gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that in Israel. Are there a lot of blonde people in Israel? Well, there's not like a lot of blonde people, but there's like you see a lot of Israelis that look like they maybe look like they're like they could be mistaken as European, but then you also see a lot. You can tell that man they've been in the sun, like and they can stay in the sun for long periods of time and they won't have any problems because they're hella dark. But it just really depends on the background. Went to Paris last year in September for 9 days. It was okay. I'll only go back just to shop. Oh, Paris. It's good. Jermaine, love your videos from Israel. That's what's up. That's what's up. I have to go back in the summer. But I don't know what that would be like. When does it start to cool off in the summer? Maybe I will go back after the summer is like cooled off. Jermaine, you're the most awesome YouTuber I've watched. That's what's up. That's what's up. 71 likes. Yo, go ahead, hit that thumbs up. Let's get this joint to 100 likes. Did you see any original Israelis? They were black. Yeah, no. Well, that's the thing. Like, a lot of Israelis are dark skinned. Like, I mean, I mean, you can call them black compared to how some of those people, how light skinned some people are. Thai women love you long time. I guess they do love you long time. But Israelis also have, I forget the problem that a lot of them have. PDT or something like that. It's from being in the military. Like they all have it. Like they all have it, y'all. PD, something like that. Post this trauma, I don't know. Some people have it worse than others. But you gotta think, like it's a country of all soldiers. So they're all killers. I think that's kind of cool that they're all soldiers. PTSD, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yawning. I can't believe my phone's not dead yet. Like I had the external battery pack charging, but it finally died on me. Why were you in Israel in the first place? Because I've always wanted to go. Go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. Can I finally ask how Uber is US versus here? I don't see any Uber cars here unless it's like all um, Uber, um, Uber like low key cars or something. They all need prescriptions. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. Being female, got back. How long have you been vegan? 2 years and 3 months. Maybe I'll do a video about that, storytelling. Googled it. It says Israel is the first world country. Is that true? Or at least it feels like. Okay, so I don't want to offend any Israelis when I say this, but Israel's technology is by far first world. Their infrastructure, like their trains and their bus system, is first world standard, I would say. However, there are a lot of third world. Um, there's a lot of third world. There's a lot of third world things you see in Israel. A lot of third world things you see in Israel. But for the most part, um, I I don't know. I would say it's a third world country still, but their technology is not third world because it's kind of hard to say it's a third world country because they got the Iron Dome, which if you don't know what the Iron Dome is, the Iron Dome is this freaking dome that can shoot down rockets out of the sky. Like, the Israelis developed this missile system that can shoot down rockets out of the freaking sky. So how do you call them a third world country when you have a military this freaking powerful? Like, so yeah, maybe it's not a third world country because I mean, all the patents that come from Israel and the technology that comes from Israel, they're not exactly a third world country, but at the same time, there's a lot of third world things about Israel. I mean, the fact that like so many people freeze at night just because it's cold and a lot of people cannot afford heating. So I don't mean people freeze to death, but people are like cold at night, in their houses because they can't afford heating. Heating in Israel is very expensive. Gasoline in Israel is very expensive. Like, you gotta be balling. That's why in my videos in Israel, you see that so many people are on bicycles. I mean, guys, do you know how much a car costs in Israel? If you want to buy a car in America, it's simple. You just pay $30,000 and you get a Prius. You want to get a Prius in Israel, you pay $30,000, and then you pay an additional $30,000 for taxes. So that's $60,000 for a $30,000 Prius that you would buy in the U.S. So there's a lot. There's a lot of things that are very different. Yeah, it's a very expensive city. It's a very expensive. Tel Aviv is a very expensive city, and it's a very expensive country. Israel got nukes. Israel has nukes, and they are a country that they haven't signed a treaty saying that we will not fire first. Like, I believe they probably will, or if not, um, North Korea. You should do a group trip overseas. That would be a lot of fun. Israel is a mix from the world. That's why we. I know. I know Israel is a mix because you guys are from all over the world. That's why. That's why I think Israelis are so freaking beautiful. That's why I think Israelis are so beautiful because there's such a mix. Like, Israeli chick with dreadlocks is like it's like the worst. Like, not the worst in a bad way, like worse in a good way. Like, oh, Israeli chick with dreadlocks with a machine gun. Oh, damn. Like, I need to stop dreaming here. Do a group overseas trip. That would be a lot of fun. How would I organize something like that? That would be a lot of fun to do a group overseas trip. That would be a lot of fun. I really want to think about doing something like that. Raw versus vegan. What's your take? I'm not down with raw. Well, why were you visiting Israel? Because Israel is one dope ass country and you should visit. Do vegans eat candy like M&Ms or Skittles? Not M&Ms, but Skittles. They recently removed gelatin from Skittles in America. They removed gelatin from Skittles, so I can eat Skittles. In Israel, there's no gelatin in the Skittles. I believe in Spain, there is gelatin in the Skittles. So it really depends on who has the. It really depends on what country the Skittles come from. Also, in Israel, Oreos had milk in them, so I could not eat Oreos in Israel. However, in the U.S., you can eat Oreos because they don't contain milk. Israel has the best pork sandwiches. Oh no, don't say that about Israel. True vegans don't eat dairy. No, vegans don't eat dairy. No, no cheese, and no milk either. But there's dairy. There's non-dairy milk, almond milk, um, soy milk, coconut milk. What about Japan? I don't typically find flights to Asia as cheap as I've been finding flights to, flying flights to Europe. If they treat you nice, they treat me very, very nice, very nice, very nice, and they like Americans a lot, yo. Like I'm not saying that well, yeah, they like Americans a lot, we're like their best friend, like in the world, yeah, they like us, and there's a ton of Americans there, like there are a ton of Americans, and there's religious Americans. I saw a lot of military Americans there, if you go to I forget the name of the spot, but there's this in Tel Aviv. There is this American bar that's along the beach. I think it's Bill's or Jack's or something like that. It's full of Americans when you go. But I'm not saying go there to hang out with Americans, but you can go and find lots of Americans. They have travel groups on Facebook. You can join one and try it out there. That's what's up. Israel have kosher pride mentors. Yeah, they do. They have a lot of those foods. Reddit travel isn't bad either. That's what's up. When are you visiting Israel? I don't know. I don't know if I visit Israel. Israel seems like it's so freaking far from here for some reason. It seems like it's so far. I would love to join Kay's travel group. That's what's up. Maybe I would have to do that. Facebook is the devil of trauma book. That's what's up. Guys, this live stream has been going. I can't believe I haven't had any interruptions. Why were I visiting Israel? I wanted to visit the Holy Land. I wanted to see the holy sites. I wanted to meet some Israeli girls. I wanted to make out with some Jews, and I wanted to go hang out in Israel and do a whole bunch of stuff in the country. That's where I went. Did I answer your question? Because I swear I've answered your question 11 times during these live streams. What about Sweden? We'll see. Sweden is definitely on the list. It's not high on the list because of its geographic location. It's just very, very far in the north, and to go there in the summer, I only have a very small window, and that very small window, I typically like to spend that time in the U.S. The summertime. Kind of like to stay in New York just because New York is. You can find good deals on Airbnbs in New York. And also, if I stay in New York and I'm not traveling, well, I'm not paying premium prices for flights, and I'm not backpacking in Europe when everybody else is backpacking in Europe, because Europeans backpack a lot in the summer, and I typically like to, avoid the background. Why were you visiting Israel, man? You're asking again. What's it like? 12 a.m. in London? Yeah, it's 12 a.m. in London. Tell-free line of coffee. No, I don't. Is London dangerous? I heard it's been a lot of stabbings lately. Yeah, I've been hearing that the crime here is kind of freaking out lately, but I haven't really seen any. I haven't seen any violence in this country. I've seen more violence in Israel than I have here. Yeah, I haven't seen any fights actually. No fights, no violence, no none of that here. Yeah. I'm trying to think. No, I haven't seen any violence. The last day I was in San Francisco, I saw 2 fights in the same day. 2 fights. One was super early in the morning. It was 6 a.m. Hit that thumbs up if you're watching this video. Give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. It was 6 a.m. It was a security guard. I guess someone broke into a car and the security guard was chasing the guy, and they got into this fist fight. And I didn't want to get involved, but I had the camera here. And when I saw them fighting, I just walked up so I can film because the camera was rolling. I didn't want to get involved, but when I walked up, because the security guard was a black guy. And it was a white guy that was it was a homeless dude. It was a white guy. And when when I walked up, they stopped fighting because I guess I guess since I walked up, like the guy was like, I didn't he didn't know if I was gonna jump in and like help out the security guard. So they stopped and like I basically stopped them from fighting, because they were like going at it for a minute. And then it was like 12 hours later, because that was like 6 a.m. It was like around maybe 7 or 8, I guess maybe 13 or 14 hours later. It was another fight, like right outside of WeWork. I was standing outside of WeWork, like on the phone, and this homeless guy walks up, and he's like, dude, this guy was like crying, right? And I actually felt bad for him. I wanted to give him a cigarette, but I don't smoke cigarettes, and I did not have a cigarette to give him. But he was like, look, man, help me, man. I just need a cigarette. I just had a really bad experience. Man, he was like just freaking out. Like I don't really see too many homeless people acting the way he was. And I was like, no, man, I don't have anything. When he walked away from me, it was another guy standing with a girl, and they were homeless too. This is probably why people think I'm homeless, because I'm standing on the street with a bunch of homeless people, and I'm just standing there goofing off on my phone, right? And there's this other dude there with this homeless chick. And the first homeless guy walked away from me, and he was like, hey, man. And the guy standing next to the girl just started beating his ass, right? And they're on the sidewalk. And then they were fighting in the middle of the intersection. And they're in the middle of the intersection just jacking, right? And I'm just standing there with the camera on, right? And I'm just like, look at these fools. And I guess it wasn't a police officer, but maybe it was an off-duty police officer, or it was a undercover cop that don't deal with like, you know, fights in the street. But someone was like the police in the crowd, like at the intersection, and they was pressing the button, and the button was making that police sound like that. And when they started making that sound, the dude stopped fighting, and they both just walked away, like literally walked away separate ways. Like they didn't run, they walked away. As soon as they just walked away, then the cars were able to cross, and everything was going. And that was it. Like this guy just beat the fuck out of him, and then they just walked away. And like whatever cop that was, they just drove away. Like you see fights like that happen, and people don't even get arrested. Like it's just a normal thing. I felt if that happened in New York, like it would be like the police on the scene, and someone would be going to jail, and someone would be getting a ticket. But no, not in San Francisco. You get into a fight, you just keep on doing what you was doing. I'm sorry. I'm just going on, and let me read some comments. Yeah, I mean it's crazy, and of course I don't want to share fights online. I see some gamers from Israel here. What is up? Is Israel gonna take over my channel now? Like, cause it's already like taking over my channel this week. Like, what? I think 60% of my views have come from Israel, and which is kind of crazy because, like, just a month ago, like 84% of them came from the U.S. and now they're all coming from Israel. Like, yeah, hey, cut them ad blockers off, Israel. Cut the ad blockers off. The channel was great. Oh, thanks. Can you give my cousin a shout out? His name is Gina Teal. What up, Gina Teal? Shit, yeah, that fits. Yep. Shout out. I just stabbed my knee. That's crazy. Oh, you talking about the fights? I'm in South London, bro. Yo, what you doing tomorrow? Let's hang out tomorrow. Leave me a comment below. Like hang out tomorrow, or hit me up on Instagram. Like I just realized I'm not good with Twitter. Like I don't do Twitter. So hit me up on Instagram because I'm always on Instagram. Israelis live you, or Israelis love you, or live you. You're cool. Oh, that's what's up. I think that says love me. San Fran just had a shooter at YouTube office. Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Live D tomorrow. You don't check your Instagram below. I'll check my Instagram. But like sometimes I don't check my Instagram because there's a whole bunch of people like trying to get me to promote cryptocurrency videos. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. If you question, have you ever had Brazilian ice cream known as the Dutch Kiefer? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Dude, this live stream is so long right now. How is this phone holding up? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like freezing right now. It must be 50 degrees in this room that I'm in. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this stream because I got to go. I keep seeing comments that keep stopping me from taking off. That's what's up, gamer. That's what's up. All right, guys. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I'll hit you guys up. I don't know if I'm gonna do another live stream in London. Maybe I'll do another live stream in the next country. Maybe I'll do another live stream here. I love doing live streams because live streams are fun. I don't have to edit and I can just talk and then you guys can watch and I can read what you say. Keep up with the daily vlogs, bro. Yeah, I definitely will. I definitely will. I got some daily vlogs and I got a mukbang coming out too. And not maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll put it out tomorrow, if not the day after. But it's vegan food at McDonald's because I had vegan food at McDonald's here in the UK. So can you guys believe that? Vegan food at McDonald's? You can't do that in America. Like you can't do that in America, but you can do it here in the UK. So I got that video coming out soon. Where am I going next? I'm going to another country. The flight was $35. So just try to guess which country I'm going to. Try to guess what country that I paid $35 for a flight to go to. Because $35 is pretty cheap for a flight. But anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce out. I got to go. I got to get out of here. I've been saying this over and over. But yo, peace out. Thanks a lot for watching. It's definitely not France. I'm not going back to France. Will I ever go back to France? Maybe, but not anytime soon. It's definitely not on my to-go list. But peace out. Yo, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for them super chats. And watch them live streams. Watch those videos. Next time, peace. Bye.